Have you ever won or hit a big bonus multiplier in crazy time? Did you ever wondered why big bonus payouts never happened in a row or successively? Or missed the big bonus completely that you wanted to bang your keyboard or throw your phone due to frustration? And wondered, maybe, if you had just betted on that bonus slot, you would have hit it big too. In this episode, we'll explore and investigate how a late game like Crazy Time could guarantee a fair return to player percentage across all players. And if those big bonus payouts awarding huge multipliers are truly random or not. The episode conclusion might shock you. To answer those questions, I gathered with fellow colleagues, with one of them having an actual experience in programming a bingo-based online game, and discussed how a live casino game like Crazy Time could guarantee a fair return to player percentage across all players. I also interviewed some friends who are still playing Crazy Time, and asked them about their experiences in winning big on bonus rounds. The number of players involved on the interview might be too low to represent the whole Crazy Time player community. But at least, it gives a general and random sample of the game's player base that can still prove useful to our case. I have asked 6 of my friends who are actively playing Crazy Time at the moment. Out of the 6, 4 of them have experienced winning big in bonus rounds, ranging from 500x to 4000x bet multipliers. The other 2 have won bonus multipliers not greater than 100x. I have also asked them how much money they have lost before they won the big bonus payouts. The results were not surprising to say the least. The 2 players who have not won big in jackpot rounds are beginner players. Players who have just started playing the game in a week or 2, and have lost no more than 10,000 pesos. The other 4 players who have hit it big, have incurred losses, ranging from 50,000 pesos to as much as 150,000 pesos. So there seems to be a correlation between a player's total amount of losses and hitting big multipliers on the bonus rounds. But many of the current player base believe, when the game is due to pay big, because of the game RTP, it will pay big, regardless of who the players are. The belief that if the game pays, it shouldn't care who the players are. So you might be asking, how is it possible for a correlation to exist between the amount of players' losses and hitting big payouts, when thousands of players with varying amount of losses are betting at the same time? So with that correlation and question in mind, I had a lengthy discussion with fellow software developers on how this correlation between the player losses and hitting big multipliers might be implemented across thousands of players playing the same game, having the same game session at the same time. As you may already know, game providers like Evolution Gaming, or the online casinos themselves, track individual players' win and loss statistics, or bet history. They track this info for audit and future dispute purposes. And with those stats in their possession, it's fairly easy to calculate or track an individual player's win-to-loss ratio, or basically, every player's return to player percentage. And the only way for a correlation to exist between the player's current RTP and hitting big payouts is if the game calculates the bonus multipliers, depending on the average RTP of the betting players group. In short, bigger bet multipliers are awarded only when the average group RTP of the betting players is fairly low. Lower group RTP means big player losses. So the lower the group RTP, the bigger the bonus multipliers are. With this idea in mind, this can result in some very interesting real-game scenario. If you're a player with a high current RTP percentage, and missed a bonus game that just paid a huge payout, it means there's nothing to be depressed of. This is because if you had joined the bonus round in the first place, the game would have awarded a lower multiplier for your chosen bonus group, because you already had a high RTP to begin with. Meaning, just a single player with a high RTP joining a bonus group round could affect the awarded multipliers on the bonus round. This also means, for bonus rounds that had awarded huge payouts to a specific bonus group, like the players who chose the green flapper of the last Crazy Time game, meant that it just happened that all of the group bettors at the time had a low RTP value. Meaning the game could afford to award big payouts for that group on the bonus round due to their low average RTP value. After some thorough discussion, we have arrived at the following conclusion. bonus bet multipliers are calculated based on the average RTP for each player group. Lower average RTP means higher bet multipliers, while higher average RTP means lower bet multipliers. That's why big multipliers occur more often on Crazy Time and Cash Hunt, because they are the bonus rounds, where the players pick choices in groups. Unlike in Pachinko or Coin Flip, where all of the bettors' average RTP value are considered. Giving this correlation some further thought, it actually makes sense for the game provider to implement this. Imagine if this correlation between player losses and big bonus payouts are not in place. If a new player, for example, with no or relatively low loss statistics, strike it big and rich on a bonus round on his first day, and did not return again, this would be a big loss for the partner casino. If this possibility exists in the first place, then online casinos would not have partnered with Evolution as a gaming provider in the first place. Because the probability that a new player could win millions in his first day exists. It's somewhat saddening to realize on the player's part that there's a system in place to guarantee that the game won't award those big payouts to players who already have a high return to player percentage, or players who have lost less in proportion to their total cumulative bet amounts. This means that no matter how you time your gameplay, the highest bet multiplier player can hit is only proportional to his current RTP value. If you like these kinds of videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe so you'll get notified for whenever a new video comes out. Thanks for watching, guys.